Most people are asking the wrong AI question. They ask, will AI take my job? That is not the useful question. The useful question is this: are you doing work AI makes cheaper, or are you doing work AI makes more valuable? Because right now, the job market is splitting in two. On one side, you have tasks getting automated, compressed, and turned into software. On the other side, you have people using AI to manage more work, make better decisions, and create more leverage than they had before. Same economy, two very different outcomes. Let's start with the uncomfortable side. AI makes predictable work cheaper. Not worthless, cheaper. If the work is repetitive, text-heavy, rules-based, and easy to check, AI is going to push the price down. That includes basic summaries, basic research, basic emails, basic data cleanup, basic first drafts, basic slide outlines, basic customer support responses, and this is where people get defensive. They say, but AI is not perfect. Correct, it does not have to be perfect. It only has to be good enough to remove the first layer of labor. That is the layer many entry-level jobs were built on. Draft this, summarize that, clean this spreadsheet, make a first pass, pull the research. For decades, that was how people learned. You got paid to do the basic work, then you slowly earned judgment. AI puts pressure on that ladder because now the basic work can be done faster, cheaper, and at scale. And if 1 million people are still selling the basic work, but companies need less of it, competition goes up, prices go down, stress goes up. This is the split. AI does not hit every worker the same way. It hits task categories. If most of your value is in tasks that are easy to describe and easy to check, you are exposed. If most of your value is in judgment systems, context, taste, relationships, and responsibility, AI can make you more valuable. That is the game. Now let's talk about the other side. The people who win with AI are not just using ChatGPT. That is too small. The winners are building workflows. They know how to take a messy business problem and turn it into a repeatable AI-assisted system. They are not asking for one clever prompt. They are designing a process. Think about the difference. An average worker uses AI to write one email faster. A leveraged worker uses AI to handle the entire email workflow, research the customer, draft the message, check the tone, personalize the offer, log the interaction, follow up 3 days later. Measure what worked. That is not a prompt. That is a system. This is why one of the most valuable AI skills is workflow architecture, not because the title sounds fancy, because businesses do not have clean AI problems. They have messy operations. Sales is messy, hiring is messy, customer service is messy, compliance is messy, content is messy. The person who can map that mess into a working AI process becomes dangerous, and here is the part people miss. AI makes judgment more important, not less, because when output becomes cheap, selection becomes valuable. Anyone can generate 20 ideas. Fewer people can pick the right one. Anyone can generate a report. Fewer people can know what matters. Anyone can draft a strategy. Fewer people can defend it when money, time, and reputation are on the line. So what should you actually learn? Not just prompting. Prompting matters, but it is not the whole stack. The new AI skill stack has 5 layers. Layer 1, domain knowledge. Layer 2, process design. Layer 3, tool fluency. Layer 4, quality control. Layer 5, communication. Domain knowledge tells you what good looks like. Process design tells you how the work should move. Tool fluency helps you pick the right AI tools. Quality control helps you catch hallucinations, weak logic, and bad outputs. Communication helps you explain the system to humans who have to trust it. That last part matters, because nobody wants an AI workflow they do not understand. The next moat is not just knowing which model is best this week. That changes too fast. The moat is knowing the workflow, knowing the customer, knowing the internal data, knowing the constraints, knowing where mistakes are expensive. When you combine AI with deep context, you get leverage. When you combine AI with no context, you get noise. This is also why your resume is probably the wrong artifact. A resume says, here is what I claim I can do. An AI portfolio says, here is the system I built. That is much stronger. Show the before, show the workflow, show the tools, show the result, show the human review step, show what you would improve next. That is how you prove you are not just playing with AI, you are applying it. Here's a simple example. Bad portfolio item, I know AI tools. Better portfolio item, I built a research workflow that turns a messy topic into a structured brief, checks it against source links, extracts 3 risks, and creates a presentation outline. That is concrete. That is inspectable. That feels like business value. Now here's the provocative part. The window is closing, not because AI is going away, because AI is becoming normal. When a skill is rare, it gets attention. When a skill becomes expected, it stops being special. Right now, being good with AI still gives you a visible edge in many workplaces, but that edge will not stay exotic forever. Companies are moving from experimentation to adoption. At first, everyone asks, what can this tool do? Then they ask, where does this save time? Then they ask, who can own this process? That last question is the opportunity. You do not want to be the person waiting for the AI policy memo. You want to be the person who understands the workflow before the policy arrives. This is especially important if you are early in your career. The old advice was simple: get a degree, get an entry-level job, do the basic tasks, climb slowly. That path still exists, but it is under pressure, so you need a second signal. Proof that you can use AI to create leverage, proof that you can think in systems, proof that you can review output instead of blindly trusting it. So here's the roadmap. Step 1. Pick one repetitive task in your field, not 10, one. A task people complain about, a task that wastes time, a task with a clear input and a clear output. That is your starting point. Step 2. Document the workflow. What comes in? What decisions happen? What does good output look like? Where do mistakes happen? Where does a human need to review? This is where most people quit. They want the exciting AI part, but the workflow map is where the value lives. Step 3, build a small AI-assisted version. Use whatever tools you have. Do not overcomplicate it. The goal is not to build a billion-dollar platform. The goal is to prove you can turn work into a system, then package it as a case study. Problem, workflow, tools, output, risks, result. That is your AI portfolio. So no, the real question is not, will AI take my job? The real question is, what part of my work becomes cheaper and what part becomes more valuable? That question changes everything. If you only sell basic tasks, you are competing with automation. If you build judgment, systems, and proof, you are using automation. That is the split, and you still have time to move to the right side of it. This is educational content. It is not career, legal, or financial advice. If you want the next episode, I will break down the exact AI portfolio project I would build this week. Subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Next